I'm Ronnie for the 10,000 hours experiment, and this video is all about how to improve your darts throw using drills and training tips. Drills and training is really, really important to improving darts. I mean, a lot of people, they practice in a way where they just either just throw out the board randomly, or they'll practice the same drill over and over and over again because they don't have a new one. So the aim of this video is to try and provide you with a few more structured drills, maybe ones you haven't done before, probably some you have, but it's also very important the way you do the drills, not just doing them for 20 minutes and then going from there. So I'm trying to put everything together for you and hope you enjoy it. During the start of what I'm doing with the 10,000 hours experiment, obviously tried lots of different drills, looked quite a few out there, and there's quite a few of the old same drills, so I wanted to create some new ones. And also I found a combination of a few, so you might see a few in here that you think, oh, that's a bit like that. Well, I've tried to merge them into sort of a power drills, if you like, that all seem to really work well to actually improve your levels. But like I said before, it's really key that you train these with intensity. So when I say I would practice this for generally, say, an hour at a time, it may be the case I'd try it without breaks and with intense throw and collect, throw and collect, throw and collect. That's more important than anything I'm going to tell you. Is when you're training, train intensely so that you can actually, your arm can get tired and then you can actually have a rest and then go back again. Just like when you go to the gym to try and get bigger weights and stuff like that. Drill number one is called 3 in a bed, and it's named that for the exact reason that the best way to do this one is with the double 20. So what you want to try and achieve, now when you're first starting this drill, your main goal is to try and get, in one's obviously throw, is to get 2 in there like that. Now when you've done that in a while, for a while, what you want to try and get is the third one in that bed. I'll show you exactly how you do it, but the key point is to it, even if you start off, so you're starting off here and here and it takes you a while to get in, this is all about just getting the feeling of following it in. So just remember, relaxing that arm as you're coming through, relaxing the wrist. So once you get one in, it's just like hitting a 180, and this is good if you haven't hit one yet, is once you get one in, don't worry about where it is, just try and relax. If you're right over here, then obviously you're going to have to make an adjustment. You're going to have to just think slightly in your mind to go to the left hand side. But to be honest, most of the time, if you throw, you can see quite a few in there and in there, and then you're still fine. But that is the key. It's called 3 in a bed. Work up to it. It can take a while. I've done this drill before, even though I've done it loads of times. And if you get in a rut, sometimes it will take 20 minutes, half. The longest taken me before is like 35 minutes, just because I was in a bit of a rut and I couldn't quite get the last one in. So just keep working up to it. Even if you start with getting 1 in the bed, maybe you just started out, but just get 1, and then you'll get 2, and you'll start going around and getting closer. That will give you a really great feeling for hitting 180s, but also it's a great warm-up drill. So you want to use it either before you're starting a match, just to try and get 1 or 2 in there. Don't put big pressure on yourself to get 3 in a bed every time. If you're just warming up for a match, 1 or 2 in a bed, that's fine. And once you've done that one, then try with obviously the ones you'll use regularly. They're not as important, but double 16, same again, double 12, same again, and then double 10, because obviously if you miss double 20 in a match, you're going to go to double 10 usually. So that's a good example of drill number 1. Drill number 2, one of my favourites, and probably the one that helped me start to hit 180s, 140s the most, I would say, and just get generally a lot of doubles in a lot of darts going in the treble 20. So it's called 3-point treble, which basically, as it suggests, you get, I've done this in another video, but you get 3 points for hitting a treble 20. So that's, I usually start, if you're a big 19s hitter, then obviously you can do it same on there, or you can even do it on here, but I just think it's great to be able to hit straight. It's the biggest point on the board. Go for the treble 20s, and you're going to aim to hit at least 1 out of 3 darts. So this will get you used to hitting 100, yeah? So that's where you want to be going every time. And if you hit there, great. What that means is you get another go. So you're going to get further ahead. So all you just keep track of is either hitting 1 every time in a row, or what's your maximum streak basically. So mine's something like 9 trebles in a row. So every time you hit 1 treble, just like that, you get 3 points. So you want to try and get as many points as you can, and I've obviously got 9 times by 3. That's my best score to date, because you're then going there. If you get, you know, that, and then you hit a 180, for example, So obviously you get that in there and then hit that one in there as well, then you're going to get 9 points. So obviously it's more important that you're getting them in a row. So if you get 9 hundreds in a row, which is obviously 9 trebles, that's the ideal. The idea is to get hitting that treble first dart, second dart, third dart. That's exactly what you want to be trying to do. Like I say, you can do it for 19s as well, or anyone you're practicing on, but that gives you it's a really great confidence builder if you've not yet hit a 180, or you just want to hit more, or you're hitting a lot of, say, 45s or your 1s and 5s, to try and get you just hitting that treble every time. So that's tip number 2. Three is one of my favourite, depending on what day it is. Sometimes it goes really great, and sometimes it's very difficult, but it's really good for everything in darts pretty much. It's called 3 balls, and for simply that reason that the ideal of this game would be to get 3 in the bullseye, but all you need to do is just get 3 anywhere in either the inner or outer ball. That's what you need to do, and once you do that, try to do it for another 3. This is the hardest part about it, because you're focusing on just literally trying to follow where you are, and it's central in the board. So if you do that, you have to throw again. And obviously you can work up to it for beginners. You want to try and aim for that. Yeah, if you do that, then obviously you want to try and aim for 3 balls, or as many balls as you can. Yeah, so where you want to be. But obviously the key point is how many you get without missing outside, because it really gets you disciplined when you're coming to a match and you've got to throw for bullseye. I have a lot of, when I throw for ball in a lot of my matches, a lot of them go in the bullseye first of all, straight up, because my body starts to know where that is, and I'm used to putting myself under pressure with this drill. So that's a massive one to really improve your throwing for ball, for example, and also it just improves all of your grouping generally. Whether you're going to a double, whether you're going for trebles, it will improve how tight these fit in the board. Yeah, it will improve that for you. So hope you enjoy that one. Training drill number 4 is one of my personal favourites. I've done other videos of it in the past, but it's one I would say has probably helped me increase my overall darts performance and doing well under pressure. Obviously you have bad days, everyone does, don't worry about that, but it's round the clock singles. So you want to be going exactly in the singles in these segments like that. So you start single 1, single 2, single 3, all the way around to single 20, and then you go outside ball, and if you're really good, inside ball as well. That is round the clock basically, yeah? But the key point to this drill is not just to do it, is to work on your personal best, starting from 1 to 2, to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, without missing. Now, depending on what level you are, I would say give yourself a break. So if you hit a treble 1, if you're really starting off, as long as you're in this segment, then I would just give yourself a benefit of the doubt and keep it there. Or if you go in the double, if you hit outside, I'd penalise yourself for it and I'll start again. But just while you're starting off, then anywhere in here or here, as long as you're in these segments for each one, then I would go to the next number. But if you're advanced and you can do it quite easily, then you have to get the perfect one, which is in here every time, and you want to be aiming for exactly that middle spot. So aim for just that, just to come below. Not here. You don't want to start going here, because I promise you, if you're in a match and you're playing and you fire at this, a little bit of nerves might just push you over here, and that can cost you big time in a match. Or even just when you're playing at the pub, you don't want to miss the fat numbers. You see pros do it, but you know, sometimes that is the key point. Is I honestly, so I rarely, because I've done this drill a lot, I rarely miss, you know, the big numbers, like that fat number, for example. I rarely miss them, which really helps, because you know you're going to hit it. You know, what I personally do when I'm actually throwing, I almost aim at here with just a push, like a push, almost just a bit of a follow through. So I know roughly where they're going to go every time, and they're generally pretty solid, unless you have a bit of a sort of dodgy, shaky one, but often doesn't happen for me personally. But the key point is building it up so you're 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep going your personal best. It can be mentally frustrating if you keep missing, but I promise you, you keep doing it and doing it, you will eventually push your personal best up. So that when you go to the pub and you play someone, around the clock, you'll mash them up. I promise. Unless you play someone really good, then you might not. So that's tip number 4. Drill number 5 is one that I've used a lot, and it's really helped me with all the stuff I've been doing, the 10,000 hours experiment, to really improve my doubles game. And that's what I would say is one of my strongest parts of my personal game. And it really does help. So the round the clock, some people don't practice doubles that much, but I'm a firm believer that it really helps, and it can really help you, especially if you do it in a warm-up before a match. Just to do it every time as a routine is really great. So what it is obviously you start at 1, you're trying to get just at least 1 in that bed. Once you do that, you then can have a shot at 2, and then obviously your next darts, then you go 3, 4, and so on and so forth. But the key point is, it doesn't have to be in a row, and it doesn't matter if you miss 2 here, and then you get with the last one, yeah? And it doesn't matter if you miss with all 3, because guess what? You're going straight back to double 1 until you hit it, because it's not about, people say if you wouldn't never go there in a match and then you'd go to to here or whatever. That's true, but I promise you it's all about the feeling of your arm knowing where that is. And I've done it before where I've gone 1, 2, all the way up to 6 or 7 in a row, because your arm gets to know where it is. And that's number 5. Tip number 6, last but not least, is really important. So this one is called 20-20s. A lot of people know this drill anyway, but for me it's a really very important one. It's all about getting 20 of them in a row. 20 single 20s. You can play it 2 ways. You can either play it that you hit doubles, trebles, and obviously singles. So as long as you're straight at some point, you're fine. But the most disciplined way to play it is you're just literally here every time. Obviously you want to just be here. Just be here. This does 2 things. It makes you follow through properly when you're throwing. So in a match, if you drop slightly, you're going to fly into the treble. But also, it's all about discipline. So the ideal one is getting them right in line with each other, so they're nice and straight, and that will really help you in not going 1 to 5. And you may have something in your throw that's stopping you from doing that. So that's what I'd say. Have a look to see if you can't do that drill and you can't get to, say, I don't know, 6 or 7 in a row and you've been playing a while, there's probably something in your actual throw technically that might be stopping you. So have a look at that and see if it's something that's pulling you one way or the other. But 20-20s, my best score is 39 in a row. Not a lot. I'm sure pros and stuff have done a lot more than that, but it works for me and it's a great warm-up drill. Enjoy them drills. Let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear all your comments. Thank you so much for all the support to date. I'm loving all your comments and all the subscribers. Thank you so much. So if you liked it, please subscribe and keep supporting me and my journey. So thanks so much. Hope it really helps you guys, and yeah, and takes you to the next level where you want to get to. But yeah, thanks a lot.